$2.1 million on sex education for commercial sex workers in Ethiopia. $556,534 for a study of feces from various mammals. $9.4 million for Kyrgyz Republic for anti-corruption. We could use that here. IRS sent $3.6 billion in stimulus checks to 2.2 million dead people I mentioned at the top. Fauci's NIAID sent $478,188 to turn monkeys transgender. Mm-hmm. Seriously. National Science Foundation gave $300,000 to the University of Wisconsin for a virtual reality penguin study. Harvard spent $75,000 in federal grants to blow lizards off trees with leaf blowers. You can't make this up. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a cow spotted from outer space. I'm not joking. We paid for that. They spent $2.7 million studying cats running on treadmills. They spent $1.7 billion on hot dogs walking in the heat. They spent $12 million on how monkeys sleep while they're on meth. They spent another $1.8 million on monkeys gambling. That's a lot of monkeys, I guess.
Yeah. They spent $12 million on monkeys on meth, but there's a fentanyl crisis right down the street from here.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that makes sense.
Oh, it doesn't. See, that's where you waste time trying to make sense out of nonsense. 37 million Americans live in poverty and 12 million children live in food insecure homes. Congress is giving trillions of our dollars away for frivolous, sometimes self-serving pet projects. Government watchdog Adam Mangiewski, CEO of OpenTheBooks.com, says some government spending is just straight up corruption at our expense.
Some of the biggest halo examples of government waste come out of this concept of earmarking. Earmarks are a small portion of the overall federal budget, but they're a favor factory where members request special projects back in their district so they can bring home the bacon. Each member of Congress gets to choose 15 local projects for their earmarks. Now, they have to be vetted in the House through the Appropriations Committee. Over the course of the last 2 years, Republicans and Democrats have earmarked 16,000 of these pet projects to the tune of $32 billion. Here's some examples of your federal tax dollars at work. It's $1 million from NASA to prepare the nation's religions for the discovery of extraterrestrial life. Health and Human Services made a $1.4 million grant for sex education for California prostitutes who could probably teach the class. And then you've got $1 million that went to Cornell University, an Ivy League school with a massive endowment, and they don't need taxpayer help. And the $1 million went for a study where it hurts the most to be stung by a bee. And it turns out it's the nostril.
All right, well, this is Adam Mangiewski. Adam says all these earmarks are non-essential spending. So tell people what earmarks are and how they work.
Actually, the definition of an earmark is a member of Congress requests a project back in their district. It's how they bring home the pork. And we call this the currency of corruption in Congress because it is legalized bribery. Leadership hands out these pet projects to put votes on these massive spending bills. And Dr. Phil, make no mistake, every one of these earmarks didn't pass muster on the regular budget process. So this is an irregular process on no-bid projects to bring home that bacon.
Okay, so these are things that maybe were floated before, didn't cut it, couldn't get approved. People said, I'm not doing that. So it didn't get voted on. So they come back around the back door and say, okay, yeah, we'll give you this through the back door so you can take it back to your district, to all the people you want to vote for you and say, here's this pet project, like a building with my name on it, or I'll give $4 million to this hospital where my wife is in charge of fundraising or whatever back in the district. Give people what they think they want for free.
Exactly. Both parties have gone hog wild for this earmark spending. So you had a retiring U.S. senator earmarks $30 million of our money into an honors college. He retires from the Senate. A couple of months later, they rename the honors college after him.
Yeah. One earmark, they put aside money to build a new library to replace a library that got closed down because it wasn't getting used.
Right.
And if I could add, Congress just passed a $500 billion spending bill. In it was $15 million of our money to go put ankle monitors on cows to try to track cows. I mean, a cow is 1,000 pounds. You can't really lose a cow, but we are paying $15 million for that. We're also paying $1 million for a solar-powered jail in the South Pacific, not even in the United States.
Yeah.